Alrighty, chat. We've got some predictions to go through today. It is going to be group stage for A, B, C, and D for North America. We got the grid going on today. This is future tense, obviously. This is chat. They're saying what's up, chat. Show them how you do. Make the words happen in this area. Flood it. Carter wins. Carter won the race. You all suck. Lawler's a Packers fan? Dude, born and raised. I can see Lambeau Field right now. Chat says hi. Pretty straightforward. That, Ashley, yikes. Plan for today is going to be going through the predictions for the grid, which will be starting today later on at 5 p.m. EST. Today being on Thursday. So, with that said, let's jump over to the bracket. This is what we're going to do, is we're going to go through the groups, and then we're going to play it out into the playoffs. We're going to go all the way through, and I'm going to tell you guys a winner, because if you guys don't know, for the grid, 16 teams, 10 from RLCS, 6 from RLRS. They all come together once a week. Groups and everything are completely randomized. It is bananas. And then they play it out in one day. If you guys are unaware or don't know how to watch these, at the bottom is a link to all the individual streams. I will be again on version 1. So if you guys want to come hang out with us, that'll be live tomorrow. It'll be myself and Supersonic calling the action there as biased as possible. It's going to be a blast. So, with that said, let's jump into our predictions. First up, we're going to go with Group A and B. We've got, up first, Space Station from Charlotte Phoenix. That's yellow. We don't want that, but I think you guys can tell the color. It's going to be a big ouchies for Charlotte Phoenix. Space Station won last week, looking very good. And I think they're only going to get better as they get more and more experience with Reddles. As for Charlotte Phoenix, I love Dapper, love Karma, love Shadow, but under pressure, they've never really done well. And they don't have any really results to back it. I just don't foresee how much judgment is going to come from me writing letters. God, it just keeps getting worse. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Nailed it. That looks like the egg people from in-game. Space Station, I think, is going to have an easy time. I don't think they're going to have any difficulties whatsoever. I just don't feel confident about this team. That looks more like a 6 than a G. Good enough. Hold on. We're gonna make a quick edit here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna turn on chat because you guys, I think, should be a part of this. And we're gonna do this, and let's draw a square. Ooh, nailed it. MS Paint, MS Paint. Look at me, MS Paint. Nailed it. All right, let's go. We did it. We have got chat. Welcome. Chat is now involved. Good to have you. So we had a little bit of conversation earlier and ended up watching while I was in a meeting, Peeps versus Xset. And I am upset with Energy with the way that they played. It was not good. But the things to take away from the Peeps ultimately was the fact that defense is looking significantly better. I think Illusion on defense makes it really easy to understand who's going for what. Realistically, it is going to come down to how well AJ plays. I think more than anybody, someone between AJ and Gyro needs to step up huge. They need to be that new leader. I don't know who the new leader on the team is going to be because they're both pretty soft-spoken, but someone needs to step into that role. They need to be someone that can really take over and be that big vocal point of the person that is going to dictate what is happening. They need a clear direction, and I think Illusion being on defense is really nice in that sense. But I think they still struggle with trying to figure out who's going to be the overall leader. So I do want to see someone take that role. On the opposite side with Xset, Stromboli, I think, has always been a solidified team. And now that they have figured out who that full roster is going to be, same situation. We're trying to see how they're going to trend in a direction. I do think they have a little bit more backing to them, in my opinion. But I do think this is actually a pretty hard fought. I think this one will probably go the full distance of 5. Realistically speaking, I think it is a coin toss. Honestly, I could actually see Peeps taking this one. I really do. Based upon the brief stuff that I watched in one series against NRG. But I think it goes to game 5. They brought in Alpha Kep. They tried out Alraz and Heck and J-Pow and a combination of all of them. I think Alpha Kep is still one of my favorites on the roster. He wasn't playing too well, but he's been grinding pretty good. Gut feeling, I'm sticking with it. Due to the power rankings. I think Peeps is good, but I think they got away with a lot last week. We're going to go with Xset. Ultimately, I think as a team, they do play the field a little bit better. The only issues I've really seen from Xset is that they still fall under the problem of sometimes committing too much to offense, which is an easy fix. Ultimately, I do think the team realistically is that new generation. Like, there is a lot of really talented players on this team. I think in the way that they approach the field, and why am I spacing on this right now? Hold on. I had some hesitation to Alraz, but seeing him step up the way that he did in their last few weeks, I'm pretty confident. So I do think Xside is going to continue on that trend, but it'll be a battle. I think this one can go either way. I think it'll be a lot closer than people think. We're going to jump down to Envy versus Kansas City Pioneers. I don't have much confidence in Kansas City. I, realistically speaking, just don't feel like they do anything that makes me want to give them a notable performance. Like, they performed poorly when they were Flight. They brought in Memory. I don't see things changing. I really don't. Memory, Beast mode, and Rapid. Like, I don't see what there is to be excited about. I'm going to now jump with this pretty confidently with Envy winning. Envy usually starts a little bit slow, so I will give KC 1 game, I guess. Will be nice. Sound good? I think we'll give him 1 game to be nice. I think that's fair. Pity win. Because you guys can be judging me writing with my right hand when I'm lefty. All right, Omelet versus Rogue. I actually struggled with this one, but then I ultimately thought about it and give it to Rogue. I think Rogue will have a pretty good fight. Omelet is obviously a team that won probably the better performing from the rival series teams moving up. They brought in Lion Blaze, which I think is a fantastic addition. Probably one of the most sought after when it comes to the free agents. They had a pretty good week last week. Still not the performance that they were looking for. But ultimately, I think this will be a closer battle than people give. Rogue has been hit and miss. They've had moments where Rogue looks absolutely dominant, but then there's also times where Rogue looks kind of flat. So that same thing can be said about Envy too. I just think that Omelet's going to put up a better fight than Pioneers ever will. So this one's going to come down to how much can Luke have an impact. I think Luke has kind of been make or break for them taking the victory. For Rogue, Kronovi just needs to facilitate as he always does. As long as he can enable First Killer and Turn to go off, I think they'll be fine. So I do think this one could be closer than people expect, but I expect Rogue to take it. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, as I cannot do this well. Beautiful. Space Station, I think, is still going to be the team. Semifinals, these are still best of 5. I think this will be another 3. Oh, God, that's ugly. Another 3-1. I think Space Station is a team that the more and more they play, the more and more dangerous they're going to be. They're a very talented team. Envy Rogue, part of the reason why I gave the benefit is this is the rivalry I have been talking about for months now. I think they have very similar playstyles where you see both Kronovi and Turbo Pulsa be that third man. They're there to facilitate. They're there to set up their teammates and just enable their 2 cracked teammates to play out of their mind. This is, again, going to be another chess battle. I think both teams do a really good job of mixing up their playstyle and how they approach, but I do genuinely feel that Envy does it a little bit better. Rogue is a team, though, that is super aggressive. And very quick. But what Rogue are we going to get? What Envy are we going to get? Chat, ultimately, I want to know what you guys feel. And we're going to do a poll on this. Because, you know, why not get you guys involved? I want to give the nod to Rogue myself. But at the same time, because Envy is able to come in a little bit more relaxed, that could be a benefit as well. This is another coin toss. I think it's harder than people think. All right, chat's going with Rogue. I do want to give them a bit of a nod. And a lot of the reason why is because of their warm-up match. Whoever comes out of this, I think, does get the victory. Unless it's Omelet, then I kind of want to give the nod to Envy, but I think coming out of this match, the team is going to be better warmed up, and that will help against a team like Envy. Charlotte Phoenix versus Peeps. I think we can all be happy about this. We got Peeps. I'm not even going to blink twice on this. I think Charlotte Phoenix is yikers. I think Peeps is a lot better than I want to give them credit for. I just need to see more of it. Also, that S is pretty goated. Peeps, I think this will be an easy 3-0. Pioneers Omelet. 3-1 due to a new team, I guess. Pity win again. This is, I think, the only tough one to call. I think Envy will win over Peeps. I think Envy is just a better team. God, I can't do this. What am I doing? I could have done this the whole time, chat. What am I doing? I think this one's pretty spicy, though. You got Illusion versus Old Team. I don't think it matters. I do think Envy's just the better team, ultimately. Atomic and other player. Why can't I think of the other player? And Mist are cracked. I think they're so good. I think it'll be closer than people think, though. I think it'll be 3-1, but I think there'll be more one-goal games for the Peeps. Envy likes to keep it close for whatever reason. Yo, Torment's dad, what is up? What's up, Tordad? Hopefully you had a good stream. I didn't know you were streaming. That's pretty hype, though. Except Omelet. I think Omelet's got this one. I think Omelet's just the better team right now. I think Omelet looks really good. But Xset, I will say, is trending in a good direction. I do think Omelet will take it, though. This one could be closer than people think. I think it'll be 3-2. I think Xset will put a pretty good fight. And Omelet moves on as qualified. So those are your 4 teams. When are we going to see you cast Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cards DreamHack 2021? It's happening for sure. It'll never happen. Sorry. I would love to, but it's not going to happen. Also, you like how fast I can like rifle that out, but I can't talk normally. It's crazy. This bracket is for C and D. These are randomized and wild on how this is going to play out. So, as you can see, some things to pay attention to. Obviously, we got G2 and Energy versus each other in the first round. That's a big ouchie. Sonics did go to the semifinals last week, so that's pretty exciting. I think United and Plot Twist is actually a really tough match to call as well. I have not seen how well Wondamike has stepped up just yet. And PK with the previous Valence squad are going up against Version1, who I think is actually a very talented team. I think Version1 is actually really solid. So, with that said, Sonics and Alpine, can Sonics recreate? That's the only question I have. Can Sonics redo it? I don't know. I haven't seen enough results from Sonics. I do have to give them the benefit of the doubt, though, because I just have not seen any real consistent results coming from Alpine. It's more of like a confidence thing. Like these players, when they're in scrims, I've seen it. When Alpine's in scrims, they look good. They look really good, like overwhelmingly good. But for some reason, when it comes down to the day, they have a difficult time. With that said, I don't know what I'm getting out of Sonics, so I will give them the win. I just don't know how much of a win. I think they'll go up early and then lose. We'll go 3-2. We'll go 3-2. United Plot Twist. I think this one's a little bit tougher. I think Wondamike is a good addition. I don't know if it solves the issues, but I will say, as I've said in previous videos, that I do like how Ajax has stepped up. Ajax has been playing a lot more, and his Batmobile is wicked. It's actually been pretty good. Chat, you guys are evil people with the 5Q. At least put like 5 head, okay? Or something nice, okay? Yeah, chat's 5 IQ. Put a little tiny eye in there. Treat it like Apple, chat. Do like this. 5 and then like IQ. That's you, chat. So I think Plot Twist with the addition of Sosa has been pretty good. I do like the way they play. I kind of want to give Plot Twist the nod, but United's been having results. This is a coin toss. Chat, do we give it to the underdog for the storyline, or do we give it to a team that has looked better recently? Let's check recent results. So as a recap, looking at my other monitor, United lost in the semifinals to Sonics, and then qualified after beating Pittsburgh Knights. Plot Twist beat Rogue and then lost to G2 and then lost to Xset, who qualified. So I think we have to go with United due to results. And then we get the spicy rematch. Right? Does that sound good? We get a rematch. We get to ultimately see, can Sonics do it again? Can Sonics qualify again 2 weeks in a row over United? I think that's pretty pog. G2 Energy. Energy bounces back. In my heart of hearts, there is no way Energy plays that dookie booty 2 weeks in a row. I don't see it. I can't believe it. I don't think it's a thing. It'd be really weird if that happened. Caveat to that, G2 is back in the team house. I need to know if G2 is the LAN team of all LAN teams to ever exist. I need to know if them being in that house really weights that heavily. We'll find out. So we got Energy or N12G. Take it as you will. Nailed it. So, I do think this is probably the highlight match of the first round. I think this, out of any round across both groups, N126, it's my favorite team. N126 is easily my favorite team. Anyway, we'll find out. We'll see if Energy is able to bounce back. We'll see if the vibes are there. That is the highlight match between any of the groups. That is sick. That's a really good quarterfinal. All right. This one, V1 versus Pittsburgh Knights. If you guys don't know Pittsburgh Knights, this is the previous Valence roster. I think V1 is actually really talented. Like, even though I'm covering their broadcasts, I think that V1 is going to wipe the floor with this team. And you guys are going to get to see what they're actually made of in the semifinals. I think V1 is actually a really talented roster. They look incredible at times. Until they don't. When they lost to... Well, we don't need to get into that last week. But V1 has a lot of great moments with AXB. I think AXB has found a team that he's actually able to unleash on, where he's not limited to sit back and be kind of outclassed by Arsenal and Sypical. This is a true change and passing of the torch for the former Cloud9 roster. This is a new era. This is a new identity that they are getting. They have similar moments with counterattacks, but ultimately, this looks nothing like what we saw Cloud9, and I love it. I think this is really cool. I think Version1's super talented. They will get the win, but by how much, I don't know. I think Valence will put up a little bit of a fight, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for it to matter. I think, even though everything else is 3-2, this will not go 3-2. It is either 3-0 or 3-1. Do we go full bias for V1, or do we use our brain and maybe give them a game? You know what? Let's go. We'll give it... Okay, usually we give a pity win. We're going to give a biased loss now. Okay? We're going to balance it out. Like all good things, there needs to be balance in life. Sonics versus United. Sonics won last time, and convincingly, actually. It was... Let's see. Let's look at the stats. 3-1, 4-2, 2-3, and then 2 OTs, actually. So every game but the first game was actually a 1-goal game. Last week, as a reminder, last week in the semifinals for qualifying, it was Sonics versus United. And Sonics went 3-1 over United to qualify for the main event. And it was all 1-goal games, 2 OTs. The difference, though, was in game 1, it was 4-2 for Sonics. Sonics got 2 votes last second and brought it out. 61 votes to 60 votes. Sonics takes the victory. All right, Chad, you guys think they can do it? J. Russ, you got this, man. No pressure. And the best part about this is if they lose, that's Chat's fault. Jumping down, Energy versus Version1. I don't know. I have not seen this matchup. I do think that Energy is the better team personally, but that should make Version1 better. Can Version1 play up to the competition? I don't know. I think Energy will get the victory. I think this is a best of 7. We've got a really interesting series on our hands, but we don't. I just don't know if it's gonna be 1 or 2. I think Version1 is always up for a fight right now, so we'll give them 2. Wondamike, I know you're in chat. I would like on record, Wondamike, I voted for United. Chad voted for Sonics. Just saying. Okay? Just saying. You can check the VOD. I said that before you appeared in chat. Not lying. Chad sucked my... Wondamike, not going to get people to vote for you next time. That's okay, too. I don't care who it's Alpine or Plot Twist. I think Plot Twist will win, though. It should be an easy 3-2. Or 3-1. 3-1. Go Plot Twist. Plot Twist loses to V1. I think this will be actually a pretty good fight. Plot Twist has a really weird playstyle that should match up pretty well. I got V1. Next up, we got G2PK. Yikers. They're angry. G2 and E United. Wondamike, close your eyes. Don't look. Mike, don't look. All right, we got our 4 teams. Woo! We got our 4 teams. Sick. We did it. Yeah. That is our top 8. So our top 8 that we have, including 556, Rogue, Envy, and Omelet. The tough thing about seeing who will win, obviously matchups and who plays each other. Wondamike is going to prove you wrong. No, Wondamike is going to prove chat wrong. I voted for Wondamike. They should have qualified here. Okay? They should never have to play G2. That's not my fault. That's chat's fault. I think Wondamike should have qualified right here. This match doesn't even matter. But because chat's a bunch of jerks, he falls down and loses to G2. That's on chat. I think it's between G2, Energy, and as a wild card, V1. I think V1, unbiased, is actually a really solid roster right now. They beat Exet. They beat Envy. They lose to Space Station in 5. Envy ends up going to the grand final. Who they beat? Realistically speaking, like, if they didn't lose to the inevitable winners, who knows what would have happened? Do you think they would have beat G2? I don't know, but I want to find out. So I think it is between Energy, G2, and V1. Chat, that is my predictions. That's what we got. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that generic nonsense. But more importantly, Wondamike, hit us with one comment for us to end the video. We're focusing on you. Wondamike, tell us what you got. He's playing Fall Guys. All right, chat. We'll see you next time. What an idiot. Oh, man.